This podcast contains adult language and crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
Don't ask me why, but the question entered my mind of what would an earthen gangbang look like? But hear me out, right? Like, is it a bunch of statue guys just standing in a circle around Magni, like, ready to just pebble all over his face? Makes a fella wonder.
Thralls! Balls! They're everywhere!
Thralls Balls, the World of Warcraft podcast with a dirty mind and a clean behind. Hosted by Bentolas, Gershom, Flurpy, and Wooly. What's up, swingas? From the tbhq in the grizzly lands of Wisconsin, welcome to Thralls Balls, episode 143. I'm Wooly, the king of bullshit and confirmed destruction warlock, specifically Hellcaller once it comes. And here with me is Gershom, the sassy-ass beast mastery hunter, as well as Bentolas, our resident rum-ogging jack of all trades. Flurpy is out this week living life, baby. Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on, swingers?
What's up, swingers? Hey, so I have a question for you guys. It's a pop quiz real fast. Wooly kind of already gave his. So I want me and Bent to come up with a porn phrase or a porn word, but it has to be earthen related. So Wooly said pebble on his face. I mean, if you want to come up with something else, I was thinking would it be called instead of a money shot, you'd call it a monolith shot? So what would Ben say? What would be your porn word, but it has to be dwarf related?
I have to think about that.
Okay, we'll come back to you. I couldn't help it.
When it's your turn to talk about what we've been up to and WoW. For the three of us recording, this is so far a little eerie because I have decided to do... I usually like to have the background music playing when we record because it lends to the atmosphere. But in the interest of putting out a better product, I'm not doing that anymore. So it's eerie with just the silence and the hum of my, what is that, my HVAC? Yeah, my HVAC in the background, which I don't think you guys can hear. And if you can, it's getting edited out. Yeah, so let's talk about what we've been up to in WoW. Gershom, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You can start. I was actually going to smoke a bowl. Happy 420, swingers.
Hell yeah. Wait a minute. It's not April. Oh, wait a minute. It is 4:00 and 20 minutes. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't do the actual smoky smoke when I have it's bad for the baby's lungs. I have to get gummies and I don't have any, and I have to make sure that my wife is okay being in charge of the baby. It's a whole thing. Anyway, what I've been up to, I've been on the beta, baby. I found time to get on there. I've been curious about what the dungeons are like because I went pretty big into Mythic Plus and Legion, and then I have shat upon it ever since, and I really want to get back into it. I've said this before about different expansions, but I want to get back into it with the War Within. So I've been going on beta, leveling my copied Warlock Vestin, actually, but as I go, I have been, doing the quest, getting the story so I can race through it later, but I've also been queuing into dungeons. Now, since I have decided on a purely DPS class, I'm a little PO'd that I have a long wait, but that's my choice. I could have played my Disc Priest. I thought about it. So in the limited time I've been able to play, I've managed to do 2 dungeons. I did the Rookery. For those who do not know, it is a 3-boss dungeon full of those storm griffin things. Rookery is a place where all the birds are kept or some shit. They're an aviary. I don't know. A mount house.
A rookery is a egg house for birds. So an aviary is where all the grown-up birds would live. A rookery is specifically for baby birds. And
Black Rock Hole.
Like a nursery but for birds. Yeah.
I learned something today. So doing that dungeon, I enjoy it. Between this and a few other videos I've watched, I've been getting the sense that a big mechanic in this expansion, at least in Season 1, is going to center around breaking shields off of mobs. The third boss in the Rookery may be a challenge for Pug Mythic Plus groups because people don't like to use their brains. I'm just going to say it. They don't like to use their brains. So people are probably not going to pay much attention to that. Well, no, that's not true. Normal dungeons, maybe. But basically, that last boss, every now and then, it will... I'm trying to remember how this goes. It will throw on a shield, if I'm remembering this right, as well as spawn 3 ads. And once those ads are... No, I've got this wrong. So the boss gets the shield, and there is an earthen flying around on a storm griffin thing that will basically teabag the boss with his mighty stone testicles, and it'll deal damage to the boss, but then we spawn in 3 ads. I don't know, that might be the wrong order, but those 3 things happen. But yeah, I enjoy that dungeon. It is not very melee friendly. There's a lot of stuff on the ground, but I'm playing a warlock, so I don't give a shit. And then the other one I did was the Stoneforge, I think it was called. Joined that one in session, so I didn't really get the chance to drink in the dungeon to try to learn it a little bit. I do know there's a boss named Edna, this big old monster robot thing. That's about all I know about it. But I have been enjoying it. I've been able to get on the beta and play for fucking once in my life. It's fantastic. Didn't really play retail. In fact, as of right now, my retail subscription has lapsed. I probably can't even get on beta right now. That sucks. I'm broke. I'll figure something out. So we can either go Gershom or Bent, depending on if Bent has an answer to Gershom's question yet.
Yeah, Bent, have an answer. You can't go.
You gotta repeat the question for me. I'm really high.
Okay. If you were gonna, I'm getting there. If you were gonna take a porn phrase, like a porn term from pornography, and he's like, okay, I get it. It's about porn, and you're gonna make it like earthen adjacent. What would you change it to? So, like, for instance, mine instead of money shot was like monolith shot, or like something like that.
And mine was about all those earthen pebbling all over Magni's face.
Yeah, so instead of piss play, it'd be like pebble play or something.
Oh my fucking god.
Are we canceled yet? He still can't think. He should just say what he's been up to in WoW, and hopefully it doesn't involve taking a shit on Magni.
I actually did nothing. This is the most WoW I played all week is right now while we're recording.
While we're recording. It is that time of year.
But
it's that time of the expansion, so.
But other than that, how about like a drilling dick or something? Drilling dildo? Kind of like what we're going for here.
Oh, okay. Or just like drilling her, period. Okay, yeah. Simple, but it does the trick.
Yeah.
Or like laying down the pipe. What if they were like laying down the sewage pipes for their new civilization? Okay, never mind.
God.
Something. The Earthen do not have that dwarf Scottish accent.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, they sound do Stony Tony than anything else, which makes sense. They aren't affiliated with the Ironforge and.
Yeah, no, that does make sense. That does make sense.
I can tell you what I've been seeing. Dagran Thorzan II has been showing up and getting hella curious about everything he sees. That little lad.
He's like super way beyond smart. I still need to read all the short stories. Like, there's been a deluge of them. It started with the Ilaria one, and then there was one every week, and I haven't read any of them because, like, by the time I'm at home, I'm like, oh, I just want to play WoW. I don't want to sit in my bed and read. And then, like, when I'm on the bus, my phone's too small to read. Like, I just get a headache. So I'm like, so I just haven't read. But so what's up with Dagran? What's his new? He's got like a glow up, sort of.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, 14, 15 now, something like that. And he's kind of a nerd, and his mom's disappointed in him. And she basically looks at him on the shores of, what is that island called? On the island of Dorne. And she's like, yeah, the never plays a woman.
Wait, what did she say? What did she say?
She basically looked him in the eye and told him how much she hates him and said, "You'll never please a woman." That actually happened.
Whoa.
Oh,
That's a pretty vicious attack.
just be like, that's okay, Mom.
She's very proud of her son. He's just a
Man, what if he just comes
kind
out?
of, though. He's a fun. Never mind. He's kind of a dork in a good way. I don't know. I'm not.
I think the story, I'm not going to spoil the story, but I know it lends a lot to, there's some background here. This is one of those great WoW moments where like reading the literature is going to help you fill in a lot of shit. Like, just, I haven't even read the story, but just hearing what some folks have said about it, it's already kind of like, yeah, that's kind of the tone of it. And I'm just going to say, like, you know, I'm not going to say it pans out the way it pans out, but she doesn't get to just put her boot on his face the whole fucking story. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, I've made a whole joke about it, but he's not really shaping out the way she thought he would or wanted him to. But she's still weirdly proud of him, but she still wants him to change. It's complicated.
That's a mom. That's every mom. Sorry, that's every mom.
Even my mom? Oh my god, I'm a disappointment.
Most likely. Oh no, not a disappointment. Just that's your mom. No, you're not. No, that was that was the worst time. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go now. Like no, don't go.
Anyway, what have you been up to in WoW this week?
Besides fucking just cutting your balls off, I'm so sorry. That's not what I was trying to do. Early though in game, this would be the week that I will say I did the same shit, different day. I did 4 heroics plus the money world quest on Gershom, which was, you know, pretty profitable again. No heroics on my warlock anymore, just because I don't care. Because like Gershom's 488, which is like heroic raid level or whatever, and she's like 480. So I'm like, I'm not gonna wait in these long ass queues for just a few item levels. It seems silly at this point. I'm not doing that. Just getting money on them. And then just basically when I could, I jumped over onto Remix again. So I have like 5 mounts left, and they're all the big fat, like the 40 grand mounts. But only 5 of them left and like 44 days left. So like sometimes I'll get a little feeling in my stomach like, oh no, I'm not gonna make it. No, I'm totally gonna make it. It's fine. And then some mods and stuff left that like I want to get with that too. But like, yeah, that, and then I was trying to think, like, just in case I get an opportunity to jump in and do like a heritage armor, I decided to roll a Tauren, and I named it Selene. I don't know if that joke, I posted it on Twitter too. It kind of went over, like a couple people were like, oh, that's funny.
I don't think I get it.
So it's a Tauren named Selene. So it's a Mussolini.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, I might get canceled. I hope not.
What, Mussolini?
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's not
I mean,
Hitler.
If you ask some Italians, they willing to look past the fascist things he did because they felt like he helped the country.
It's a whole thing. I know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens once I actually jump online and see how people react to that. I don't know. I was being a bit of a dick. I was feeling a bit contrarian, but I can always change it. And then at the last minute, like literally right just now while I was waiting for Willie to fix his mic, I jumped on, I checked out the traders post on Gershom. I am like seriously, legitimately short on tendies lately. Like I always have something frozen and then I can't even afford the things I want. So encouraging that I guess things are gonna come back here and there, through the cycles and stuff. But for this time I opted in for the big ugly purple and green fish. It's on there. He's 800 tendies. And I have like 600 left. I want the driver suit. So I'll see the diver suit. There's like a full on, like, how we've always had that deep sea diving helmet, like available as a mod. This is like a suit. Like it's the whole thing with like brass, like bolts on your elbows. Like you look like literally like you're going down in like one of those old timey like diving suits. So I want that. Hopefully I'll have enough tendies by the end. Because like, what's that?
I'm so sorry I did that again. But what I was going to say is I think there is a deep sea diver in the water part of the Deep Run tram through Stormwind and Ironforge.
Like
could-
you can get it, or you can.
Oh, you can just see him standing there.
Oh yeah. Like he's like in the fish tank or something. Yeah, like so that's what it looks like, I think. But like anyway, it's on the trading post now. I'm surprised that we've never had this before. Maybe we have. Maybe some people built this a long time ago. But this is pre-made, ready to go. 800 tendies. I'm at like 600 tendies, but I think at the end they give you like a few more for like completing activity. I don't know. It's like whatever. I'll get it. But considering mounts are like my favorite thing, I did get like it's like this big old ugly, kind of looks like one of those bottom feeder, like only lives in the dark kind of scary fishes. It's got like one big green like fell eye, and it's like purple with a bunch of gnarly fins, and it's a flying mount, and it's actually pretty cool looking. So I grabbed that boy. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. It is that time of year or season, whatever.
I fucking love that fish. I want that fish.
I thought of you so hard because I was like, oh, we're always talking about things that are purple, and like all of a sudden there's been this like kind of influx of like purple mounts, but this bad boy, I mean, he's got it all. He's purple, he's green, he's ugly, he flies, he's gonna have dynamic flying, or what's it called? Like they're calling it skywriting or whatever. Yeah, so I was totally in love with this boy. I was literally looking at the diver suit and I'm like, that's pretty neat. But and I saw the fish and I was like, oh no, this is my guy. I gotta do this.
I also like, I'm not going to spend tenders on it because I don't do shit with the pets, but I like the one little fish pet named Blub. He's got a little bubble around him.
I know, they're cute.
Like
I know.
Damaged goldfish.
I know. He's a cutie.
Well, not to pebble all over the goldfish. Those are some words I never thought I'd say. Shall we move on to the WoW news?
We shall move on. Shall.
Shalling we shall. Shall. If I can find the fucking button. There we go.
Time for WoW News. Motherfuckers.
All right, so first up on the chopping block, we have something pretty cool coming down the pipeline vis-a-vis the Exploring Azeroth books. As people know, these books have been coming to us one at a time since November of 2020, way back in the dark ages of COVID and people putting underwear on their faces because they thought they would work as a mask. And God, we're all so fucking dumb. But coming to us one at a time since then, the collection is now seemingly complete. So the Exploring Azeroth Complete Collection is now going to be available as one collectible item. You can pre-order the box set, and it releases November 5th of 2024. I forgot to write down how much this bad boy costs, but Gershom, you have one or two of these books, right? I've completely forgotten.
Yes, I have the Exploring Eastern Kingdoms one only. Sorry, I was breaking up because I was checking my bookshelf. That bad boy was like $20 back in 2020, so I don't know. I feel like I either bought or almost bought the calendar one, but you should keep checking. I'll look. I definitely have the Eastern Kingdoms one because I love the Matthias Shaw. That was like back when Matthias Shaw and Flynn Fairwind were getting shipped like a motherfucker back in BFA, remember? And like it came out and there was like it's kind of like a journal, like they leave each other little love notes and stuff. It's pretty cute, but I think that's the only one I have.
And soap and what was it? Whiskey, leather, bondage equipment.
Yeah, it was like so.
It was a leather jacket.
It was like soap and like it's like soap and whiskey in his jacket or something. Yeah.
Bourbon, yeah.
Yeah, something
Smoke.
sexy like that.
Cigarette.
Yeah. Okay, so the Eastern Kingdoms is the one I have.
I love the way that story had been written though, because it was just so I could really see, like, paint a picture here. Anyways, I found the price. It is $131.30.
I'm hard as a rock.
For how many? You're hard as a rock thinking about the two of them, or the?
Yeah, I'm thinking about fucking Flynn describing like that.
Yeah, dude. Well, I thought that was Shaw describing Flynn.
It was. That's
it was, and he was like, he leaned towards him all drunkenly. Did he mean to stumble into him? I was like, oh, it sounds so Harlequin-y, dude. I feel like I could have seen this on my mom's bedside table.
He's not going to get pebbled on. He's going to have a whole fucking boulder hit him in the face.
Ah! Flynn said, Thrall's balls, get the fuck out of here.
So, yeah, 131. I think it's at either 30 cents or 60 cents. I already closed it. I got to find... I've completely forgotten.
How many books is that, though?
5, I want to say. Let me check.
Okay,
again.
so maybe I paid more than 20, but like I said, that was years ago too. So
there was one book you sent me, and I don't remember if it was one of these or not.
No, it's the fantasy. I sent you. I had 2 copies of the fantasy and fairy tales one, and I sent you the extra one.
Azeroth books, and the
Okay.
coolest looking one is white and features the Ice Crown Citadel with the normal sky above it. None of the Shadowlands nonsense. I gotta find that book and read it again.
I read through it once when I bought it, and I haven't. I've like paged through it here and there, but you know, it just looks nice on the shelf.
Also, my soft cover Arthas book is at my mom's house. I keep forgetting to grab that damn thing.
My soft cover Arthas book fell in a Chicago ice puddle like last year, and I haven't replaced it.
That's so sad.
I know. It's been
Hey,
tough
Willie,
all the time.
you can edit this out if you want, but I meant just meaning to ask, how's your mom doing?
I'm worried about where this is going. My mom is doing just fine.
Oh, I was like, I was gonna wonder like how she like can being like a grandma and stuff.
Oh, that. No, she loves Little Mischief. She loves being a grandma. Actually, I'm not sure this is something I've even said on the show or even on the Discord. My sister had her second boy a few weeks ago. So now my mom is a grandma of 3.
There you go.
Oh, and you're gonna have cousins so close. All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
The best relationships you have in life are your cousins growing up.
Yeah, I swear. Well, so I never had any because of like age differences in my family, but like my ex, the girl's dad, his Puerto Rican side, like he had more cousins than he had siblings, obviously, and like he's like on a summer day there was like 13 fucking kids in our house all the time. Like, what are you talking about? Like big Hispanic family. And then my kids, they don't have any cousins either because Jesus was so young when the girls were born. He was like 22. Sorry, I'm going off the rails here. So he was like 22 as the baby of the family, and everyone like, I was 30 when the girls were born. Jesus's oldest sisters are my age. Like they're not having kids. They're like 41, 42 years old. They're like, we don't want kids. That's not what we're doing with our life. So like so far, like none of his other siblings have kids. He's got one younger sister who really still wants kids, and she's already 32. So it's like, come on, dude, let's go. But even then, my girls are like 12 and 10. If she had a baby right now, they'd be 11 and 9. They don't have cousins like that. But congrats to your family, Wooly. I get it. Like I get it. That's dope. That's almost just like another set of siblings, but they don't live with you.
Well, I'm worried it won't end up that way because my sister, along with my nephews and my brother-in-law, live in Minneapolis, and here I am in Milwaukee. So there's quite a distance, unfortunately. I will say, though... Oh, no, not will say, as if to say, however, but more to that, rather. I only have the one sibling, and my wife has one sibling who doesn't at all seem interested in finding someone and settling down and making cousins for my kid on my wife's side. So she might unfortunately grow up without the cousin experience, but we will see. Zoom is a wonderful option. Actually, okay, this is adorable. A couple weeks ago, I was with my mom at her church waiting for my stepdad to arrive. And of course, we had our kid with us, so my wife was there too. And my mom decided to FaceTime my sister and my nephew, the older one, because the younger hadn't been born yet at that point, was really excited to see the baby, as in my baby, on FaceTime, and was showing her all his toys. And because he didn't quite understand how FaceTime works, he was trying to share them with her by coming up to the phone and just like dropping them, hoping she could play with them.
That's so cute.
It was fucking adorable.
That's awesome.
That's so cute.
So, to move forward with the WoW news, if you're listening to this in years, Mischief, and if we have both forgotten that I call you Mischief, yeah, that happened. Anyway, the next bit of news, Lightforged Gorehowl is a thing. It's this gigantic Gorehowl statue, and if you don't know, Gorehowl is Garrosh Hellscream's axe. And they made a big old Lightforged statue of it, and I'm guessing that makes sense because of alternate Draenor and all that shit. But what's extra impressive about this and really cool is it's 15 meters long, and it's sort of stuck in the ground as if the top corner of the axe whacked into the ground and it's just stuck there. I don't know how high it is. I just know it's 15 meters long and engraved all over it with little messages from Chinese players being able to return to WoW. So not only is it impressive and super fucking cool, it's heartwarming because people are excited to come back to the game when they haven't been able to. God, being a dad has made me a big softie. And I mean, we can replace that with the word pussy if we want.
This is Thrall's balls after all.
Big time, big time. But I don't know, that Gorehowl statue sort of reminds me of the, what is it, Thrall on a wolf outside the Blizzard campus, which obviously I've never seen in person, but I've seen pictures of it. This blows that fucking thing right out of the water. So the article did include information about the statue being on display from such and such times. But as I looked at our analytics and realized we don't actually have any listeners in China, Gershom has just linked a picture in our host chat, and it's fucking cool. But I looked at our analytics, and unfortunately, unless I missed something, we don't have any listeners in China. So I didn't include the times and place to be able to visit the statue because it would just make us all sad with FOMO.
It's because Shay Peen won't let them be friends with us. What's his name? Shane Peen?
I don't know. Winnie the Pooh.
Some Chinese guy. Anyways, he doesn't want them to be friends with us, which is really sad. You should let them. Anyways.
Do you think maybe there's a Chinese tab of acid out there somewhere that, as a massive protest, is shaped like Winnie the Pooh?
Maybe.
Maybe.
And there's quite a big population of Chinese players on American servers, though. They go through like VPNs. A lot of them are on Illidan.
I should have included that information then. Yeah, you're right, because I remember I see all those things written that I can't read, so they just kind of...
wait. Sure, I posted had a bunch of fences around it, but I think that's because it looks like they're still like installing it. That was just the first picture I found just to show what it looked like, but like it's only open to be visited. You can't just walk up to it like the American ones. I mean, that doesn't shock me, but...
So my understanding is that fence is there to keep people from like storming it, and then people are allowed within during certain times on certain days to be able to visit it. This picture looks like it has the scaffolding around it yet. So that's possibly what was going on here, is that they were still building it. But from what I read, as far as I'm aware, people are able to walk right up to it. And I'll say this for people who haven't looked it up, like say you're driving or something right now and you'll look later. It is a little bit bigger, well, maybe twice as big as the Azeroth That Sword statue at BlizzCon. And that looks fucking... And that thing was big, so this is even bigger.
So it was on display. So it was on display until today, which is July 7th. And I don't know how that lines up with Chinese time. That ends like tonight. So it was on display just this weekend with like wake up and take photos quests. And they had kind of like a Pokemon Go, like find Gorehowl quest or something. You got some sort of weird in-game achievement over there. And then it's going to a park that NetEase has that I don't know what that whole park is, but it's going to be on display at the park. But this like picture that I just put up was on display just for this weekend, so it might be over by the time anyone's like listening to this in China. Anyways, it was a pop-up, and then it's basically moving to a permanent location after this weekend.
Gotcha. Now that part I missed. I mean, I don't mean to stone my robe over this thing, but fuck, it's so cool. I can't say enough about how cool this looks.
The axe?
Anyway, yeah, the axe.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, I think I've said enough about how cool this thing is. I can't say enough. I think I've said enough.
I think I like why Gorehowl is actually called Gorehowl. Like a lot of people forget that why Gorehowl is called Gorehowl. So maybe the last like hot thing we'll say about this is, unless I'm thinking of a different weapon, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of Gorehowl, but the reason it got this name was because who was Garrosh's dad? Grommash, right?
Yes.
Grommash. So this was originally his axe back on Draenor, and it was a two-handed axe, and when he like swung it above his head, it would start to like whistle and scream and howl like it was coming for you. Like people would run because they were afraid. That's in the books, but it's pretty much canon. That's why it's called that. So that's just a terrifying thought. Like if you have a big imagination, like Jesus, that's grim, dude. Like dude's coming through the mountains and you can already just hear his axe like calling for you. I don't know, dude. I'm dipset. I'm out.
I fucking love orcs, man. They're so fucking cool. Maybe I won't even use Vestin. Maybe I'll use Tokesh. He's already on Thrall.
Loktar Ogar.
I actually, at my wedding, I think I've said this on the show, as I was walking out, I did yell for the Horde. It happened.
He did mention that, and that is rad as fuck.
I might be able to grab that from the wedding video if I can, but if the mic didn't pick it up, then oh well. Okay, a little bit more news here. The Great Push, and I cannot say that without giggling because it sounds like pooping, but the Great Push is back, and if you are not aware of what that is, it's essentially a tournament for pushing keys as high as you can go. That's an oversimplification of it, but that's essentially the case. Previously, they allowed you to use whatever comp you wanted, but they are requiring a healer this year. I can't say I know enough about keys, especially high keys, to comment on that one way or another. Bent, I don't know if you have any insight into that, or if it's just one of those, okay, have a healer, who cares things.
Yeah, there's some comps, not really anymore, but like in season 1, you could run like paladins. Prop paladins could do a lot of off healing, and you could do it with proper defensive usage, but I don't really think that's the case anymore, so it's not a big deal. Just forcing, to play kind of a standard comp.
Cool. So then, initially in this, there was what they called the Proving Grounds, and out of those came 12 teams. So Group A, which was made up of 6 teams, they are finishing their mini tournament, I guess, the like semifinals, you can call it, today, the 7th, the day we're recording. So I don't know if they're actually still running right now or not. I could look on Twitch, but I'm not going to. Group B will be running next weekend from July 12th to the 14th. Now, out of those, and I'm not going to name any of the teams right now, partly because I haven't been watching, partly because there's still several of them. There really isn't any reason to. And Group A is still going. So after those teams get whittled down to 3 teams from each group, that leaves us with 6 who will battle it out in the global finals from July 19th to the 21st. And if you weren't aware, there is cash on the line for these folks. So whoever wins Group A gets 30,000, and same with Group B. But then whoever wins the finals gets 200,000 fucking dollars US. So this is what you might call a sort of big fucking deal. Basically, it's the MDI if the MDI cared more about pushing your key as high as you could than it did about finishing quickly. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's more about doing really hard content,
Which I wonder if that's going to be less entertaining in the next season with the higher keys, basically, to our understanding, unless we misunderstood, just having beefier shit going on rather than dealing with the affixes.
I mean, should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Race the World First is interesting, and that doesn't have affixes, so I think I'll be fine. So, moving ahead here, during pre-patch, starting in the pre-patch, and I don't know how long this is going to go for, and I'm sure there's a technical reason for it, but the character restoration tool will not be available. So if you have any characters you want to undelete, you're going to want to do that now. I don't know if that's the same as the undelete option in-game as it is in the help section, the support thingy where you do the, hey, my character's gone, can I have him back thing. That said, my 80% positive guess is we're getting pre-patch on July 23rd in NA at least. So you can use that as like a tentative waygate on how long you have if, say, your subscription's down and you want your old Death Knight back or something. You've got maybe till the 23rd. And now we commented on Warcraft short stories earlier, several of which I have not been able to read, a couple of which I have, and Gershom said she's in the same boat. There's one that came out about Thrall, and it's called Trials, and I don't know jack shit about it, except it's supposed to provide a little bit more insight into orc culture, as if we didn't already have a shitload of insight into orc culture. I'm sure it's a good story, though. Really
I think what it does is it sheds a lot of light. I think like people have been clamoring for a little bit more light on like Thrall and his family life. Like, yo, where are your kids?
Like, what's going on with Thrall, right?
Like, oh, where are your kids? Don't worry about my kids. They with Piccolo. Like that anime house skit member is like, man, dude, go be with your kids. My kids okay. They with Piccolo. No, this was like Thrall being with his kids and his wife and like doing a cultural event that was done on Draenor and that you actually do for the Orc Heritage armor. You participate in this event. So this is kind of like a story about that event day on a day in Thrall and his family's life, right? So it's like a festival day and it's Thrall and you finally get to hear the names of his kids again, which are like Darok and Rizgon or something. I don't know. Anyways, he's got a son and a daughter. And his lovely wife, Agra, is always willing to just, give them balls a quick tug. And by quick tug, I mean she takes them and she shoves them up his ass and tells him what a fucking pussy he's being like 99% of the time. Love Agra. Anyways, yeah, so I think it's a pretty good story. I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to it, of course. So,
I choose to believe Thrall's daughter's name is Susan because I can't remember.
It's like Rezi. She has some nickname, and it's like Rezagon.
Yeah, it's Rezagon or something.
Yeah, something. It's like
RHZA or something to that.
Yeah,
effect.
it's like weird.
I am looking forward to reading it.
Well, like Agra, his wife. Everyone knows Thrall's wife is Agra, but that's not her full name either.
Agralan.
Agralan, there it is. Yeah, it was something like that.
I mean, hell, half the time Thrall doesn't even go by Goel. It's more like a ceremony.
I think she's the only one that calls him that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Or like you said, in like ceremony. Like now that the old ones are dead, now that like Ogrim's dead and all them are dead, Grommash and all those guys and Sham, I don't know, like who's left to call him Goel really, except her.
By the way, that quest line is the only time we have ever seen Thrall's kids in the game. So store that away for some trivia knowledge that Flurpy definitely would not get correct.
Well, if Thrall if this game is capable of leaving anyone as a child for like 15 fucking years, it's Dagran. I mean, Thrall's kids, obviously.
How long ago was the Third War? How fucking old is Thrall now?
Thrall's gotta be like, we looked at this once because my daughter asked me, this was several years ago, I was trying to put it in context. I'm like, WoW doesn't really have time the same way. But then I was like, okay, if you're talking about the Dark Portal, I guess. So like Thrall was born on Azeroth after the Dark Portal. But what is I can't remember is how long after. I believe it must have been 3 or 4 years. Because his parents were wandering around like a bunch of bums in Alterac Valley when he was born, I think. Gosh, now I can't even remember. That's where they got jumped, and he was a baby, but I don't know if that's where he was born. I think he was. So he must be something like in his 40s, probably. How long ago was the Dark Portal? Like 50 years ago by now? Something?
See, if we can figure out how long ago the third... Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to break this down. So
I know, we got to do it.
Takes place 4 years after the undead invasion. So we've got 4 years there. Let's say vanilla lasted, I don't know. I think at that point they weren't going by the 2-year timetable, but maybe they were. Let's just say 2 years. So 2 years after that would have been BC. That's 6. 2 years after that would have been 8 years. So Wrath of the Lich King is 8 years after. Excuse me. 2 more.
That was the third war, right? Was Wrath?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Wrath wasn't the third war. Warcraft 3 was the third war.
Oh.
And Throne was an expansion on it. So it was 10 years from then till Cataclysm, 12 then to Pandaland, 14 to WoD, 16 to Legion, 18 to BFA, 20 to fucking Shadowlands. Holy shit.
Google says 32 years old.
What the fuck?
But I don't know. Actually, this is in BFA too. I don't know. These are all like people just like speculating though, same as we are.
So, okay, so 32 in BFA. Let's just be conservative and say that was the end of BFA. So the beginning of Shadowlands would have been 5 years before the beginning of Dragonflight by what they told us. So 37. 2 years for Dragonflight, 39. So he's somewhere between 39 and 45, I believe.
Yeah, that 32 was looking kind of weird. They were like postulating on like how he looked, like his, and I'm like, that's just ageism. You can't do that. Because Thrall does look good for his age. And also like people, I don't know, like that's weird because like Thrall, that seems a little old. I guess it also seems right. Like I'm not doing the math, but then like just to sidetrack. So like I was playing Remix obviously a lot this week, and one of the things I was doing was I was finishing up actually like the campaign with like seeing the end of the story and all this, like the very, very end of it. And I saw Anduin get worked by like the Divine Bell boss when Garrosh is like, ha ha ha, knock that bell down, put it on
what, I should have like fucking killed him because he was a
yeah,
frail
yeah.
boy.
And Garrosh was like, that bitch is dead. And he's like, little baby boy. I'm like, oh shit, Anduin is still only then like 22 years old. Like he's still such a baby. He's such a baby. Can you imagine yourself when you were 22 thinking you knew something, even if you'd been through as much trauma as him, like still thinking like, oh yeah, oh I know something. You're 22, baby. Go take a nap. Like I'm twice your age. Dadwin. Oh, poor baby. Yeah, he's a baby still.
Eventually, when you realize you don't ever know shit about fuck, not even depending on what your age is, that is when you accept that you don't know shit about fuck, because I forgot what I was actually going to say.
Age is nothing but a number. I'm 41 and I'm still like, huh? What?
I did this, it was so stupid. I did this video on TikTok a while back where, I forget the prompt, but it was like, let's see what your mental shortcoming is or something like that. And I wanted to see if it would come up with any of the ones I actually have. And no, I think it actually said something like, not to be offensive, but this is what happened. If it actually said anything, or it said dementia. And I feel like I can make this reference because of my experiences with my dad. May he rest in peace. It was all upsetting. Anyway, so I hit the button. I'm like, let's see what mental illness I have. It said dementia. So then I hit the button and I go, let's see what mental illness I have. You know, as if I forgot. I have to make jokes or I'm just going to sob all the time.
There you go. If you're not laughing, you're crying, right?
Right? Okay. Let's move on to the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah.
Wait. Okay. Fuck it. Never mind.
Wait, what? Did I forget something?
No, because I forgot to mention it. There was one piece of news, but it was totally small and lame, and I just thought it was lame. Can I say it real fast?
Yeah.
Did you guys know that from now on, so starting with the War Within, you know how there's always like the king juju, big mojo piece of like thing that you get off like a world boss for all the world events. So like sometimes it's a mount, it's like a big love rocket, or it's like a big dragon customization or something like that.
Yeah.
You can only run it once now on all your characters on your account. Not realm, not highest level, not max level, one character. No more alt running for like big love rocket, none of that shit. Once per day during the event.
Huh.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I feel about
I
that.
have two minds of this. Yeah, right? Like I've been thinking about it all week. I'm like, oh, that's great. I guess I don't have to waste all my time. But I literally feel like this came as a complaint from a bunch of fucking tryhards who were like, we never get it. And it's not fair. We're wasting all our time. That was where my mind went. I'm like, I'm so like, okay, this is like those people who were like, during like Plunderstorm, like we're being forced to play content we don't want to play. No one is holding your hand on a burning stove, dude. Like no one is forcing you to do this. Your FOMO is forcing you to do this. Nobody at Blizzard is forcing you to do this. I just wanted to bring this up because I feel like this rhetoric, it gets on my nerves. Like people are like, oh my God, Warcraft gives us too much to do. And how do they all expect us to do? So now they gotta be like, okay, now everybody can just run it once so that everybody has the same chance. Because I guess if you have a full-time job like me and everybody else I know, then you're not gonna have time to run for the event. Bro, like, it's a chance game. It's like, are you gonna make casinos like close down because you don't have time to go to one and take a chance to win? Anyway, I think you can see the mind I am of on this one. I said I was of two minds, but I'm kind of on the other side where I'm like, y'all complain too much. Now look what you get. If one single one of you motherfuckers complains again, I don't know what to do with you. Go burn in Warcraft hell. I don't know. Like, I think it sucks. I don't think they should have taken away our chances like this. I think it's lame. And I never even half the time got through all my chances every day anyways, but you don't see me complaining because, yeah, I'm a full-time mom. Yeah, I have a full-time job. Yeah, I'm a part-time gamer and a podcaster. But, like, you don't see me blaming other people for the way I divvy up my time. That's not Blizzard's fault how I decide to spend my time. It's your fucking fault, honestly.
Personal responsibility. Game
Yeah.
of the month.
Right. Well, like I mentioned earlier, 41. So this isn't a problem for me. I don't know.
I was going to say people need to get their heads out of their asses, but instead I almost said people need to get their asses out of their heads, and now I'm just wondering how they got in there in the first place.
Probably trying too hard to capitulate themselves into a chair and run through 89 fucking thousand alt mounts for the big love rocket and then complain, and then because they're mad they didn't get it, they're like, well, maybe other people had more chances, so give everyone one chance. Lame. Next.
Right? It's like if you've been running 10 alts through ICC every week since 2010 to get...
Been done it, bro. Been done it. Shit.
Like, if people been doing that every week for like 14 years now, first of all, I think by now you should have got the mount if you've legitimately been doing that. And if you actually haven't, holy shit, I feel bad for you. But it's still how you have chosen to spend your time. Ian is not some kind of electronic monster zapping his way through the games, firing through the USBs, yeah, shooting up your Ethernet urethra, yeah, shooting into your body, making you sit down, playing Plunderstorm, bitching, I hate this, why am I doing this? No, bro. No, it's on you. It's on you.
Yeah, the amount of kids who play this game who have no sense of like self-accountability just gets on my nerves. But anyways, that was just my vent. It wasn't really news. It was just more like a vent sesh, I guess.
Yeah. And also, I just realized how close Ethernet and urethra sound together.
Urethranet. That's
oh my
disgusting.
God.
That's so gross. I don't want to think of Ian going up my urethranet at all.
We have an episode title.
Urethras.
Oh fuck, I lost my spot.
We were gonna do mixed drink of the week. I side-railed you.
That's right. All right, mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's time for the mixed drink of the week. Fuck yeah!
It's the mixed drink of the week. And before we get into it, I just want to remind everybody to please only partake of the mixed drink of the week, or any alcohol for that matter, or if you're of legal age or legal whatever to do so. Furthermore, we're not responsible for any stupid shit that may befall you as a result of your own stupid shit decisions. Yeah. So we have been going through the various playable races on Azeroth, and we have been assigning them heritage drinks. Bent was going to bring us the Gnome this week, and he called it the Mekkatorque. Do you have a hint for us?
Think crazy scientist.
Ooh, crazy scientist. Okay. Well, it's not just a glass full of bolts. Let's see. My idea of a crazy scientist in terms of alcohol is mixing shit that shouldn't necessarily be mixed. So that's where I'm going with this in my brain. So I'm guessing, this is going to sound disgusting, I'm guessing you have mixed gold tequila, vodka, and bourbon, and you've made 2 shots out of that, dropped into Mountain Dew Pitch Black. That is my guess. Unless Gershom is back, she said she had to go take care of her windows. I can read her guess for her.
Okay.
So she says it's tequila in green Mountain Dew, dropped, a piece of dry ice dropped within it.
No.
Well, what is it, sir?
So, Mountain Dew's in it. Blue curacao's in it. And then last but not least is like, you know that 99 bananas shit? Like the really sweet stuff?
Actually, I've never heard of that, but...
Put that in it. So the blue curacao, like it looks like I was going for like a potion drink, like, you know, like a blue potion, like in a lab. I made it. It looked cool. Nobody wanted to drink it.
Damn. So is it like a shot each of blue curacao and that 99 bananas that I've never heard of?
Yep, and the rest with Mountain Dew.
Neat. You already made it. You don't have it with you right now, do you?
No, I don't drink. I haven't drank. Yeah, it's coming up on 9 months.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Sorry, man. Well, if I had 99 bananas and a Mountain Dew, I would make that right now because I have blue curacao. I'm just getting this written down here.
I'm back, by the way.
Okay. Do your windows live to see another day?
Yeah, I know. Even after all that slamming of the neighbor, they survived. It's actually not gonna flood. It just sounded really loud too, and I was like, let me just go close the windows.
Yeah, it was raining hella hard when I was at work. Yeah, was that yesterday? Yeah, I think it was.
So we spent the day. We left early this morning, not early, like around 10:30 or so. We went downtown to see the NASCAR races are in town, and I couldn't name one NASCAR driver. I think there's a guy from Chicago named Bubba something. I don't know. Anyways, this totally is not the drink of the week, but we were downtown all day and like playing around in like fountains and splash pads and like parks they have there. We got like a take and bake pizza. We sat in the park and ate pizza and all this stuff. And we get on the train to come home, and we get on the train and the skies just opened up like classic Chicago monsoon style. And I was like, no way. Like if we'd been outside 5 more minutes, we'd be drenched. We were drenched from like the fountain anyways. But yeah, it was classic. Just one of those weird, you only see them in the Midwest, I promise you. It's like the nicest day. And then all of a sudden it'll just boom. And like the whole sky will darken like it's night. And it'll just, and then like 10 minutes later it's gone. It's the weirdest. Yeah.
And it's like to anyone outside the region, not exaggerating, the rain is often heavy enough that it hurts. If it hits you.
Yeah. Like it'll hit your skin. Like I'm not comfortable right now. Yeah, like people are hiding under doorways, and you're like, come on, it's just a little water. No, it's water that feels like you're getting, pebbled on. If one might.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Did you hear Bent's reveal of what's in the Mekkatorque?
It was blue curacao, 99 bananas, and what?
And he filled it with Mountain Dew.
Oh, there we go. I got pretty close. Okay, very nice.
since no one is here to drink it, since Bent is being a very
You want
responsible.
me to send me off for this blue Four Loko? Guys, did I tell you I'm drinking
Yes.
Four Loko today?
God.
For the first time in
Four Loko.
forever.
And I will
Yes.
send you off over the lips, through the gums. Look out, asshole! Here comes some bad decisions.
It's a red, white, and blue Four Loko too. It's seasonally appropriate. Okay, here we go. All right. Hopefully that doesn't cause fireworks in my asshole later.
Oh my god. The reason I said bad decisions is because there has never been a time in my life that I drank Four Locos and then made good choices after.
I have had some of the best times of my life drinking Four Loko, and I don't know why. I think it's because it's like strong. I'm for real. Like, because it's like it's strong. Like I'm drinking vodka, but it doesn't hit me like vodka. Gotta be a little careful with the tum tum, but like I just don't get blitzed. It's not booze. It's just really fucking strong beer. I don't know. Anyway, it's good.
Really rough on the stomach. It's a very
yeah. It kind of gives you like you want to go slow with that, but it's okay because a little lasts you a long time. I mean, we took 2 to Riot Fest. We take 2 for like a 10-hour day, and you're good. So,
if anyone out there has never tried Four Loko and you're thinking about it,
don't
get watermelon.
skip it.
Do not get the watermelon because, and I'm not exaggerating, it literally tastes like vomit. Watermelon Four Loko.
Watermelon was our favorite. Was me and the ex's favorite. We thought it tasted like the watermelon candy. Yeah.
Throwing up watermelon candy? Is that what I'm here to?
I don't know. I think we agree to disagree. I like the watermelon, but today's is red, white, and blue.
Hell yeah.
Whatever that is.
So, going by, we have totally lost track of what our ordinary drink of the week rotation is. So I think it's just easier if we go alphabetical, except Gershom, you went last week. Flurpy isn't here to say if he can or cannot.
I could go again. Sorry, I'm yawning. Sorry.
Otherwise, I am happy to. If you feel like you're good to go again, that's cool. But if you are not, I got it.
It's kind of because I like to do it on the weeks I get paid, just in case. Just in case something comes up. But but I also don't know which one I'm going to do. So I'll jump in host, and I'll let you guys know in a second.
All right, let's look at our thing here.
Okay, you have it pulled up.
And there's no real need to vamp or anything because I have that fancy tool that erases silences. Damn, why did I not pin this thing?
We've asked ourselves this like 3 times. Oops.
All right, here we go. This is from May 30th. So there are some that are off of this list by now. Did somebody do the Blood Elf already?
Me.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Blood Elf, Human, and Earthen, and Gnome should all be red. So you've got Draenei. I think Kultiran's been done, but I'm not sure. Draenei, Lightforged Draenei, Vulpera. Did I do Vulpera? Nightborn's been done. I did Nightborn. Shit, we're running low on races here. So we have, these are the choices. Tauren, Goblin, Mag'har, Orc. Or did Bent do that?
I think on both it works. I don't know. God damn it.
No, I didn't do the Mag'har. I definitely did the. Actually, I might have done both. I know I definitely did the regular.
Yeah.
I definitely did Goblin because I did the Kaja Cola. So we have Tauren, Mag'har, Vulpera, Draenei. I'm gonna just say Kultiran and Lightforged Draenei. Those are the choices.
Okay, I'll go with Vulpera, I guess. I don't think anyone's done Vulpera.
I don't think anyone has.
Yippee! I can do Vulpera.
All right, this time I pinned the damn thing. See all pinned messages. What's all pinned? Yeah, I absolutely did not pin that son of a bitch before. So next week, Gershom with the Vulpera. Do you have a name idea off the top of your head? I can probably quick and suggest one.
I mean, what's your idea? What is your idea? I'm not close.
Names of those 2 alpacas, Dolly and Dot or some shit.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do something on that. Okay. Yeah, I can do the. All right. I can work with that. That's cute.
And she had that annoying ass song. I don't fucking remember. Okay, let's move forward with, if you'd forgotten, we asked a question of the week. So...
Question of the week.
Hell yeah. So, question of the week. We have not had one of these in a while, but actually I think the last time we did it was January. So, last week we asked... Shit, I lost my spot. We asked, what is your senior quote in your WoW yearbook? And I guess we can just read these straight off of Discord here in our question of the week channel. Aaron said, we're going to see how Maiden of Vigilance goes without you. Have a great rest of your night. You were removed from group. Attributed to his Tumas Sargeras raid lead. And if it's the same person who was raid leading when I was there, I could absolutely see him doing that. That I could.
I want to know who that was. Can you DM me who that was? You were with Uno Mas in Legion?
Yeah, for not in Legion. Not in Legion.
Okay.
One as in Shadowlands is when I was doing stuff. Boomy said he sent his to you, Gershom.
Yeah, I have it. I had it pulled up. So Boomy says, in my high school yearbook, I'm going to assume that maybe he's playing Jaina in this case. This is where this question got a little wacky. I feel like we all just were like, oh, if we were this one character, not our character, but whatever. So Boomy says, high school yearbook, Jaina, thank you for a great senior year. Oh, this is him talking to Jaina. Okay. You really know how to drain this warlock of his chaos bolts.
Oh!
Yeah. And then I was like, does that lay come with a mage table? LOL, I've got post-coitus munchies. And he said, of course, got to refresh that mana bar for the next fight. And so then I kind of took it off the rails and I said, okay, I want to build on this in a mean way. Dear Jaina, sorry the magic was never quite right. Hopeful smiley face, Calicos.
Oh, damn.
Like, he'd put that kind of smiley, like crooked, like, like, aw, no magic. That sucks. They're totally gonna fuck again.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. I'm gonna fucking.
That's not over.
Bent, you want to read Johnny Tips?
It's playing WoW.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can read Johnny's.
All right, go ahead.
Where the hell? Why am I not seeing it in these notes?
It's not in the notes. It's in the. Sorry, man. It's in the question of the week channel because I had super compressed timetable with the
Johnny
notes.
Tip says most likely to not know where they are. Wait, what? Most likely to not know where they are, why they're there, or how they got there. The stumbling man.
So he was like a superlative. Like that's him. Like he just doesn't
that
know
was
where
like a
it is.
tongue twister.
Gershom, we're gonna hop over yours and we can do all of ours at the end.
Yeah, of course.
So Hoax then said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world. If that doesn't work, burn down a world tree." You know,
Hoax always said Sylvanas did nothing wrong. Love me some Hoax, but strongly disagree.
I think Drastio may have put this in the wrong channel. I don't know if that's his answer or not.
So Shantyman, can I read Shantyman's because it was so favorite? It was so funny. He said, stay away from the voodoo, or you come get the voodoo. Either way, stay away from my cheese fries. I had to do the troll voice. So that comes with a funny story though, because that made me think about high school and cheese fries. And I just constantly couldn't stop thinking about this old friend of my brother's, whom actually, like, I still text like once a year, like we still do holidays and stuff, because we've been friends for so long. But I used to like flirt with him in high school, and he would always get nachos every day without fail. He'd have like the cheap like high school nachos with the shitty like liquid cheese on it. They're so good, anyways. And I would always be like, "Can I have a nacho?" and just sort of start to reach for one, and he would go, "Yeah, sure." But he would always like, I think he was using it as an excuse to like grab my hand. As soon as he saw where my hand was going, he would grab my wrist and be like, "No, I was gonna eat that one." And I was just like, "Damn, I'm glad I didn't get the voodoo." When you steal the cheese fries, you steal the nachos, you get the voodoo, right?
I mean, that's how that goes.
Yeah, because that's what I said in the Discord. I was like, you take the cheese fries, you're gonna get the voodoo.
All right, right, we got one more answer. Well, I don't know if Drastio meant that to be an answer or not, but I'm gonna read it. Said just hit / played 162 days. Damn, hey man, you got the voodoo. So he said that. But then we got one more answer on Twitter. It's from Reese Stoneheart, who, from what I gather, enjoys Worgen, because I have to say that, so this makes sense. And they wrote, "It's been a howl of a time here." I like it. I like it. It's got a pun. I'm on board.
Puns are good with me.
Now, how about us? What's our answers? Gershom, you actually put yours in there. I got to try to remember what the hell mine was.
Yeah, so I don't know who sent this to me. It's probably just some kid from like AP Lit or whatever. But he said, "Hey man, nice shot. Just kidding. You're not that good at Hunter, but you're way too cool to be forgotten." Because I know y'all remember that little thing that people used to do in the yearbook. Maybe I'm aging myself, where it was like too cool and it looked like addition. And then, okay, anyways, yeah. So Gershom's too cool to be forgotten. That's what someone said in his yearbook. Like I said, it's probably Keith from like AP Britlit or something. I don't know who that is, but whatever.
Shout out Keith. I'm trying to. Oh, yeah. Mine was, how many times do I have to stab this dead guy in the ass before I get a horse?
God damn. More times, more.
Bent, what's yours?
I didn't do too much thinking into this.
That could be your entire quote. I didn't do too much thinking into this.
Have
There
a
we
great
go.
summer, dude.
That's my quote.
There it is.
Got his
I
yearbook
love it.
by a kid who had just had a concussion. Oddly enough, because it'll fit the quote, but because his guitar fell off of his hanger thing on the wall and hit him in the head, and he got a concussion. But he wrote in my friend's yearbook, "Call me up summer, we go jam," when clearly he was trying to say, "Call me in the summer, we can hit up a jam session here and there," which is funny if you ask me. But I mean, clearly the concussion didn't murder him because he's still alive.
That's great news. I hope you got a chance to jam.
Now, the episode is going on how long now? I'm on the wrong channel.
It's been a while.
It's been about an hour. So, we had a great idea for a draft that I'm not going to say it unless we decide to do it. There's a couple options here. We could make the episode longer and do it, or we could do that draft when Flurpy's here so we can get his reactions as we go. Because this is what I have to say. The draft is relative to Flurpy.
I kind of was going to say last night in the host chat when you proposed this idea, I was like, this would be so much funnier if he was here. And literally in my head, I was like, well, we'll see where we're at on time. Like if we need the game. So my opinion is if we need the game for time, let's do it. But I also think it'd be funnier if
We could also do a shorter episode,
Flurpy was
too.
here. Yeah. I mean, three of us an hour. That's not bad. We're just behind the scenes here, swingers, I guess.
I mean, if you guys remember from the end of Shadowlands, it is a little bit difficult sometimes at this point in the expansion to fill a whole hour. So
Yeah.
Some of my big guns friends are coming in at like an hour too. Like it's happening to everybody.
All right, well then we are gonna call it here. I didn't put in all the fucking follow us information, but I basically have it memorized. Before we get going, what are our final thoughts? Bentolas, what's your final thought?
So, swingers, I'm thinking about Baby Manny Blood DK.
All right.
Late game announcement. I mean, for the new expansion though, but late in today's game. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Are you going to use that fucking Vulpera for that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, what is his name again?
Something ooh-woo?
That's
Furry
me.
Dead.
Furry Dead. That's right. No, ooh-woo for you is me.
That's right.
That's me. I know.
Gershom, what's your final thought?
I feel like saying like cheese fries, like something about cheese fries. Okay, I fucked up the bit, but I'm thinking about like Super Troopers when he's like candy bars, but he's like cheese fries. That's what I've been thinking about right now.
I like it. My final thought, because I cannot say enough, I can't hype this thing enough because it's so cool, is I love that fucking Gorehowl statue. It's so cool.
It's huge.
That's what she said.
God, I know, for real. Just something else.
Okay, so we are gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Feel free to follow us in the places. I am at Wooly08 on Twitter. That's 2 O's, 2 L's, and a Y. Gershom is at Hunter Gershom, Gershom, all one word, on Twitter. Bent is at Bentolas_outlaw, Bentolas, also on Twitter. Flurpy is at Fleecy the Flurpy on Twitter. FLECYTHAFLERPY. And the show, of course, is at Thralls Balls Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Actually, I think I forgot to mention mine is Twitter and on Instagram, even though I haven't used the Instagram very much lately. But that could change. You never know. Go ahead and follow me. Let's see what fucking happens. If you would like to email the show with any feedback, we are thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Or is it? No, it's thrallsballspodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to leave us a review in the Spotify Q&A or on iTunes, or you can send it in that email, or you can even join the Discord. Join the Discord by going to thrallsballs.com. There will be a button on there to join the Discord. There's also a button to submit anonymous feedback, so you can do a review there too. However, if you join the Discord, there is a separate channel just for reviews. I didn't hit this outro music early enough, so now here we are. But anyway, bye guys. We love you. Be good.
Bye, swingers. We love
Bye,
you. Be
swingers.
good.